go to example 2 in complete comprehensive example. Example 2. A, B and C were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. The balance sheet as on 31st March 2019 was as follows. On the left side of the screen, we have the balance sheet which is given, the list of liabilities and the list of assets. And on the right side, we have additional information given. Partners decided that with effect from 1st April 2019, they will share profits and losses equally. For this, it was agreed that goodwill of the firm will be valued at rupees 1,50,000. Land will be revalued at rupees 80,000 and building be depreciated by 6%. Creditors of rupees 6,000 were not likely to be claimed and hence should be written back. Pass the journal entries for the above and prepare the balance sheet of the reconstituted firm. So let's go ahead with the solution. We'll finish the working notes first. For treating goodwill, we need the gain and sacrifice of each partner. For A, old share 3/6 minus the new share 1/3, positive 1/6, A sacrifices. For B, 2/6 old share minus 1/3 new share, nil, no sacrifice or gain by B. And for C, 1/6 minus 1/3, a negative 1/6. C has gained. So let's go to the solution. Journal entries. In the books of the firm. Date, particulars, LF number, debit rupees and credit rupees. The date is 1st April 2019, the date of change in profit sharing ratio. For goodwill, we need to debit the gaining partner and credit the sacrificing partner. C capital account debit. To A's capital account. Amounts 1,50,000 into 1/6. So it's 25,000 rupees. A's sacrifice is 1/6. Being goodwill adjusted. Same date. We have a general reserve. Nothing is specified. So we will distribute the general reserve using method 1. General reserve account debit, ₹30,000 to A capital account to B capital account to C capital account. 30,000 to be distributed in OPSR 3:2:1. So it's rupees 15,000 against A, 10,000 rupees against B, and 5,000 rupees against C. Being general reserve, distributed. Next, let's deal with the revaluation of assets and liabilities. Land will be revalued at 80,000 and building will be depreciated by 6%, and there is a creditor of rupees 6,000 not likely to be claimed and hence should be written off. We'll do the items for debiting the revaluation account first. The land has increased in value by 30,000. Building is to be depreciated, for which we need to debit the revaluation. There's a decrease in creditors, so we need to credit the revaluation. So we'll first finish the entry for debiting the revaluation. Revaluation account debit to building account. Building is depreciated by 6%. 6% on 50,000 is 3,000 rupees. Being building depreciated. The next entry is to credit the revaluation account. Same date. Land increases in value. Sundry creditors decreases. Land increases by 30,000 rupees. And sundry creditors has to be written back by 6,000 rupees to revaluation. ₹36,000 being increase in land and decrease in creditors. Now we debited revaluation with 3,000 rupees and credited revaluation with 36,000 rupees. So we have a gain of 33,000 rupees. So we pass the journal entry for that. Revaluation account debit to A capital account to B capital account to C capital account. The gain amount on revaluation 33,000 rupees. 33,000 to be divided in 3:2:1 OPSR. Against A 16,500, against B 11,000 rupees, and against C 5,500 rupees. being gain on revaluation transferred to capital accounts. So we've done the journal entries. I'll remove the split and we can view the answer. So these are the 5 journal entries. Scrolling down for the last one. Now along with this, we are asked to prepare the balance sheet. So we need to find out the net effect of all these journal entries on capital accounts of A, B and C. So let's do that. Net effect on capital accounts. So when we find out the net effect, the capital accounts is appearing for A, B and C on the liability side. So it has a credit balance. So in case we debit a particular partner's capital account in the journal entry, then we have to subtract that amount. And if we have credited a particular partner's capital account, we need to add it to that specific partner's capital account. So let's do that net effect for A, B and C. In the first journal entry, which is here, we have debited C and credited A with 25,000. So it's minus 25,000 for C and plus 25,000 for A. Let's do this with the other journal entries also. In the second entry, we have to add A, B and C capital accounts are credited. So to each of them, we need to add 15,000, 10,000 and 5,000. Plus 15,000 plus 10,000 and plus 5,000. So the second entry is done. These two entries, they do not affect the capital accounts, but this does. So we need to add 16,500, 11,000 and 5,500. So the final result, plus 56,500 for A, 21,000 plus for B, minus 14,500 for C. So let's go ahead and prepare the balance sheet of the firm as at 1st April 2019. Liabilities rupees and assets rupees. We'll begin with the capital accounts. The opening capital of A, rupees 1 lakh. Opening capital of B is rupees 50,000. And the opening capital of C is rupees 25,000. So let's see the net effect which we found out here. Plus 56,500 plus 21,000 minus 14,500. Plus 56,500 plus 21,000 and minus 14,500. So the final answer for A, 1,56,500 rupees, 71,000 against B and 10,500 against C. The total is 2,38,000. Let's go on to creditors. The book value is 50,000. We reduce the creditors by rupees 6,000. So it's going to be 44,000 rupees. Bills payable. There is no change in the value, 20,000 rupees. General reserve has been distributed, so this will not appear again in the liability side. Land, 50,000 has been revalued at rupees 80,000 here. Building, we depreciated building by 3,000 rupees, so it's 47,000 rupees. There's no change in the value of the plant. No change in value of stock. There's no change in the value of debtors also. And no change in bank, 5,000 rupees. So let's ascertain the total of the balance sheet. The total of the balance sheet, 3,02,000. So this was the balance sheet that was prepared by us, the second part of the question. So where we are asked to prepare journal entries and directly the balance sheet, we need to find out the net effect of the capital accounts from the journal entries, and we can find out the capital balances for the partners after the reconstitution. In the upcoming video, we will see a last and final example.